What's up, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Cooking with Sonny. Today, we're making some beautiful fried jerk chicken wings. It's a favorite of mine, it's fairly easy to make and super delicious. If this is the first time that you and I have met, my name's Sonny, and I've been cooking for the last 15 years all around the world. And here on this channel, I share everything I've learned with you. So if you find some value in this video, consider subscribing for more weekly videos just like this one. Okay, so we're gonna start off by toasting our spices for the marinade. So I'm gonna do a little rough chop on the cinnamon. If you can, just break up your cinnamon a little bit. It's gonna be easier to mortar and pestle it later. So I have my pan going on low heat. There's no oil in the pan. In the pan, we have clove, nutmeg, cinnamon, peppercorns, coriander, and allspice. We're just gonna let that toast for about 10 minutes over the low heat. That combination of chilies and cinnamon in jerk chicken is awesome. Cinnamon's already got that warming effect, and then to actually deliver some spice into that, I love it. So now we're gonna start building the marinade for our jerk chicken, which we will add those spices to once that's all blended up. So we're gonna start by slicing up some green onions, just a rough chop. Green onions straight into the Robocoupe. So we're gonna slice up some onion, rough chop, go into the marinade, tops and tails, straight in half. I just got this knife on Amazon, by the way, and I am loving it. It's a little Japanese knife, a petty knife. I'm loving it, and the price was right. If anyone's interested in getting a knife like this, I will put a link in the description of this video. So my spices have been going for about 8-10 minutes, low heat. Go ahead and turn those off, leave them in the pan. They're gonna continue toasting with that residual heat. Next step, we're gonna add our habanero to our marinade. Now, you could use gloves when working with one of these. Just be very careful not to cut this and then do something like go to the bathroom, because I've certainly done that and it's terrible. It's called a day ruiner. Okay, so I'm gonna throw the whole thing in. I might just chop it up twice, just like that. Seeds and all. I think the spice is gonna be right with one, but if you like it less spicy, just do half a habanero or a quarter or whatever it is you like. Now we're just gonna add our thyme into our marinade, just strip it. So jerk chicken is a weird marinade, right? You're looking like cinnamon, chilies, malt vinegar, soy sauce, thyme. You're like, this is a weird thing. What is it? It tastes so good. If you haven't made jerk chicken ever, just make this. Make it for yourself at least once, because you're gonna love it. So we're gonna add our garlic to our marinade, just straight in. So if you want to learn how to say the word bacon, like hot sizzling bacon, in Jamaican, you say beer can, right? Sizzling hot beer can, man. We're gonna add some fresh lime to our marinade. Just juice it straight in. Now we're gonna add our soy sauce to our marinade. Everyone's like, man, this marinade just gets weirder and weirder and weirder, and I agree, but wait till you try this for yourself. It's like every culture of the world got together and they're like, should we just do a mix? Let's do a mix. I'm gonna add some ginger to the marinade. Just peel it up a little bit. Doesn't even need to be completely peeled. Now some oranges going into the marinade. Just juice it straight in. Just gonna use my hands. Good color on that orange, huh? How about that, Brando?
It's like
what is that, a grapefruit? That's a special orange. Watch your camera lenses. Next step, some malt vinegar is going in. You gotta have this if you're making jerk chicken. Okay, now we have our crazy concoction for jerk marinade. We're gonna blend it up. If it looks anything like a swamp, you've done it right, because that's exactly what it looks like. It smells so interesting. I mean, you would never think to make something like this unless you're making jerk chicken. So we're gonna add our brown sugar to our marinade. So remember the spices you toasted? Straight into a mortar and pestle and start grinding. Mortar and pestle is definitely a worthy investment if you don't have one. I can put a link to one I like down in the description. So we're gonna add our spices back into our marinade and continue blending. So I'm gonna show you a little quick tip if you wanna make a lollipop out of your chicken wings. Now you don't have to do this, but maybe you're trying to impress someone, and let me show you. So we're gonna take off that more pointed end of the wing, straight through. Now you've exposed the bone. So you wanna follow this big bone down, like so. That's coming out now. It's almost like we're flipping it inside out, right? And then we're finding the joint of that big bone, taking it off. There's the big bone removed. Flip the wing back in on itself, and you end up with a perfect little lollipop that you can get off in one bite. Definitely will impress someone if you try doing this. So add your marinade straight over your wings and just let them swamp up in there. Look at that swampiness. So now you just want to cover your wings, marinate them for at least 24 hours, but up to 48. So I saved half my marinade. We're gonna make a sauce with that to coat the chicken wings after they fry. Just dump that out into a pot. We're gonna get that on a low to medium heat and just slowly start to reduce it down a little bit. So while our jerk chicken sauce is cooking down, we're gonna make the flour that we're gonna coat the wings in before we fry them. I'm using cornstarch to get a really intense crunch on the outside of these things. Into the cornstarch, I'm gonna add a little bit of onion powder, some garlic powder, and some allspice for that jerk chicken effect. So our jerk marinade that we reserved for our sauce is now cooked down by about 60–70%. We're gonna turn the heat all the way down, and we're gonna mount a bunch of butter into it. This is my crazy mind of loving jerk chicken and having a French culinary background. We're gonna make like a butter emulsion with jerk marinade, and that's gonna be your sauce. Check this out. So remember, that sauce is really acidic from the lime, the orange, the malt vinegar. So it needs this fat, in this case butter, to cut through that and balance out the sauce. That's good, man. Once all your butter has emulsified into your sauce, just turn it off, keep it somewhere warm, away from the heat, but just in a warm spot. Okay, so wings have been marinating for a full 24 hours. We're gonna just take them out, just shake them a little dry, and go right into your cornstarch allspice mixture. Get ready for frying. Just give them a good toss. Okay, so our oil, I got a neutral vegetable oil here for frying. It's 375, 400 degrees. Remember, when you're dropping wings or frying anything into an oil, keep that heat high, because as soon as you put that stuff in, it's gonna take a lot of heat and power away from the oil, and also just fry in small batches. So we're gonna start off with like 6 or 7 of these wings. Remember, if you're frying without a deep fryer, just periodically move them around and make sure they're not sticking to the bottom of the pot that you're frying them in. So while our wings are frying, we're gonna slice up some green onion very thin, just to garnish. So these wings have been going for about 6 minutes. I'm gonna get them out and fry the next batch. They already look insane, right? In with the next wings. Just when you're dropping them in, don't drop them right on top of each other. Obviously, that is how they're gonna stick. Do not add too many, because if your oil overflows, trust me, it's happened to me a million times, you don't want it to happen. So use a big pot and a minimal amount of oil. So I fried the wings once, about 375 for 5 or 6 minutes. Let them sit for 10 to 15 minutes, make sure they're all the way done. Then we're gonna refry them at about 400 degrees for 2 minutes to get that final crisp before they receive the sauce. So now we're gonna redrop our wings. As many as you want to eat, the rest you can hold. I have my wok heating up over here. Just gonna add my sauce into the wok. Okay, so chicken wings have been refrying for 2 minutes. We're gonna start adding them to our sauce. Just drain some of that oil away, straight in to the sauce, and toss. Oh my God, these look insane. Okay, so we just cooked these in the sauce for about 1.5 to 2 minutes, just to get everything sticking to it, just enhancing those flavors even a little bit more. And that's ready to go. We're gonna go ahead and plate up our chicken wings. Oh my God, these look fantastic. And finish with our green onions. Boom. Is there anything more appealing than a big pile of chicken wings and a hungry stomach? These look amazing and they smell incredible. So let's give them a try. Coming in for a taste. Oh my God. There's nothing quite like the flavors of jerk marinade jerk chicken. There's so much going on. There's a beautiful mild to medium heat throughout this dish, and each bite is a complexity of flavors that is just, it's unlike any other wing you'll try. Guys, these are really good. I mean, make these the next party you go to, or you have a party at your house and you make these, you're gonna be so popular, you're not even gonna believe it. So that is it for today, my friends. If you liked the video, consider subscribing, and I will see you next week.